Hello students, welcome to our biology class of 12th Science and Home Science stream. Myself Mrs. Anita Vijay Kulkarni from HPT Arts and RYK Science College. Today I will like to teach you chapter number 4 and lecture number 3, Molecular Basis of Inheritance. Subtopic is DNA replication. Subtopic is DNA replication. But student, before going detail in DNA replication, we must know the nucleotide. It is already all in 11th standard, nucleotides. So DNA is nothing but the long elongated chain of nucleotides. Nucleotides are the structural unit of nucleic acid. Each nucleotide has 3 components, that is pentose sugar, C5, phosphate group and nitrogen bases. So when you want to study the DNA replication, we must know. So which is the 5' position for the carbon atom, which is the 3' position, and also always there is a explanation about the base pairs. So nucleotide, if you having the clear-cut concept about a nucleotide in your mind, then you can able to understand properly the DNA replication. So this is what the sugar molecule is attached to this phosphate group, and 4 different type of nitrogen bases are attached here: adenine, thymine, guanine and cytosine. You know uracil present in the RNA. So this nucleotide is the basic unit of the DNA molecule. So here there is a pentose sugar plus nitrogen base is called nucleoside. You know very well, pentose sugar and any one nitrogen base is called nucleoside. Pentose sugar plus nitrogen base per plus phosphate equal to nucleotide. Means the nucleotide is nothing but the combination of these 3: nucleoside plus phosphate equal to nucleotide. So thus when you know this structure, so you can properly understand how the position of nucleotides in the DNA and how the base pair is very important in order to make it complementary, which base is joined with which, because the DNA replication is semi-conservative and complementary strand formation. So at that time we must know where the position of the nucleus, where the position of nitrogen bases in the nucleotide. For that the nucleotide is very much important, and chemical composition and the structure of nucleotide is that much important in order to study the DNA replication. So thus DNA is a long elongated chain of nucleotide. विद्यार्थी मित्रांनो, आपल्याला आपल्याला DNA replication अभ्यासायचं असेल तर न्यूक्लियोटाइडचं स्ट्रक्चर आपल्याला माहिती पाहिजे, आणि तिथे कार्बन ॲटम्स कसे अटॅच आहे आणि नायट्रोजन. DNA replication. The process by DNA duplicate itself is called DNA replication. It forms 2 identical copies. When DNA reproduce at that time, DNA duplicate and distribute equally in daughter cells as a carrier of genetic information. So DNA duplication means the formation of new DNA. Also it is called as a replication of DNA. म्हणजे DNA सारखाच दुसरा DNA फॉर्म होतो आणि त्याला आपण DNA replication म्हणतो. So it is very important process at a time of cell division, and DNA duplicates whenever there is a requirement for the cellular function. Functions of DNA. The DNA ची कोणते functions आहेत? Heterocatalytic function and second is autocatalytic function. When DNA shows synthesis of chemical for other than itself, for example synthesis of RNA and protein. So here DNA do the function, or it carried out the function for other, or the other activity of cell, for example synthesis of protein at the time of protein synthesis, RNA formation and formation of protein. So this function is called as a heterocatalytic function. म्हणजे DNA सेलमधला DNA दुसऱ्यांसाठी किंवा सेलच्या मेकॅनिझमसाठी कार्य करतो, त्याला म्हणायचं हेटेरोकॅटॅलिटिक फंक्शन. सेकंड इज ऑटोकॅटॅलिटिक फंक्शन. when DNA directs the synthesis of DNA itself is called as autocatalytic function. Autocatalytic function म्हणजे तो स्वतःसाठीच सिंथेसाइज होतो किंवा ज्याला म्हणतो आपण DNA रेप्लिकेशन. when DNA do the function for synthesis of DNA, इथे लक्षात घ्यायचं की DNA पासून नवीन DNA तयार होतो. in eukaryotic organism replication of DNA takes place only once in the cell cycle. Replication of DNA takes place only in the once in the cell cycle, that is S phase of DNA. eukaryotic organism मध्ये S phase मध्ये DNA चं replication होतं. And this replication mode is what? Semi conservative replication, or the we also called as one strand is old and another strand is new. Means parental DNA is responsible for formation of new strand, and in this way the replication occur in the cell, that is called autocatalytic function of DNA. This model of semi conservative replication proposed by Watson and Crick. In eukaryote, DNA replication is semi-conservative, means one strand is old and another strand is new. म्हणजे एक DNA चा एक जो स्ट्रँड आहे हा जुना असतो आणि त्याच्यावरतीच नवीन स्ट्रँड तयार होऊन DNA चे नंबर वाढतात किंवा DNA रेप्लिकेशन होतात. So this is not one step process. In the cell, DNA replication is carried out by some important steps. So those are some major steps related with the DNA replication. First step is that activation of nucleotide. Second, point of origin of initiation point. Point of origin or initiation point. Third is unwinding of DNA molecule. Fourth is replicating fork. Fifth is synthesis of new strands. Sixth, leading and lagging strand, and 7 is formation of daughter DNA molecule. First point in DNA replication is activation of nucleotide. Now you know very well about the nucleotide. We already studied the structure of nucleotides. So on the basis of nitrogen bases, the DNA having 4 types of nucleotide: DAMP, DGMP, DCMP and DTMP. Here first, deoxyadenosine monophosphate. Second, deoxycytosine deoxyguanine monophosphate, deoxycytosine monophosphate and deoxythymine monophosphate. All those 4 nucleotides are activated by ATP molecule, that is adenosine triphosphate, in presence of the enzyme phosphorylase. हे लक्षात ठेवायचं, phosphorylase is the enzyme. They play very important role in the activation of nucleotide. So those 4 nucleotides are activated by phosphorylase enzyme. So enzyme is nothing but a catalyst, and ATP is helpful for the activation, and it resulted in the formation of deoxyribonucleotide phosphate. Deoxyribonucleotide phosphate. So this nucleoside that converted into DATP, then DGTP, DCPT and DTTP. So in this way, now the nucleotide or the DNA is ready for the replication or activation. म्हणजे कुठलाही काम करायच्या आधी आपल्याला एनर्जीची गरज आहे, ॲक्टिवेट होण्याची गरज आहे. तसंच डीएनएला सुद्धा रेप्लिकेशन करायचं असेल, डुप्लिकेट कॉपी फॉर्म करायचे असतील तर त्याला आपण एनर्जीची गरज आहे आणि हे एनर्जी जी आहे ती न्यूक्लियोटाइडला ॲक्टिवेट करते. ती एटीपी फॉर्ममध्ये न्यूक्लियोटाइड ॲक्टिवेट झाल्यानंतरच रेप्लिकेशन प्रॉपरली होऊ शकते. सो हियर ॲक्टिवेशन ऑफ न्यूक्लियोटाइड इज द फर्स्ट पॉइंट फॉर द डीएनए रेप्लिकेशन. Second point is point of origin or initiation point. It starts from a point O origin and terminates or ends at point P. So replication of DNA start from point O and ended into point T. Here the starting point O and the termination the chain is very long and termination point is the T point, termination point. DNA in which replication occur is called replicon. म्हणजे जो DNA रेप्लिकेशन साठी तयार आहे, रेडी आहे, त्याला म्हणायचं रेप्लिकॉन. रेप्लिकॉन means this DNA is ready for the replication, so that DNA is called as replicon. The unit of DNA in which replication occur, that is called replicon. In prokaryotes there are only one replicon, while in eukaryotes there are more number of replicon, that is called as tandem. Why? Because in eukaryote the DNA is very much complex and DNA replication is also very much complicated process. So the जो DNA replication साठी तयार आहे त्याला काय म्हणायचं, रेप्लिकॉन. आणि युकॅरियोट्समध्ये असे अनेक रेप्लिकॉन असतात आणि प्रोकॅरियोट जे आहे प्रिमिटिव्ह स्ट्रक्चर असल्यामुळे त्याच्यामध्ये एखादा किंवा त्यामुळे जास्त रेप्लिकॉन नसतात असं आपण म्हणू शकू. सो हियर इनिशिएशन पॉइंट इज O अँड टर्मिनेशन पॉइंट इज T. रेप्लिकेशन सगळ्यात पहिल्यांदा एनर्जी मिळाल्यानंतर, न्यूक्लियोटाइड एनर्जी ॲक्टिवेट झाल्यानंतर ओरिजिन पॉईंटपासून रेप्लिकेशन सुरू होते आणि टर्मिनेशन पॉइंटला त्याचा शेवट होतो किंवा एंड होतो. थर्ड पॉइंट इज अनवाइंडिंग ऑफ डीएनए मॉलिक्यूल. अनवाइंडिंग ऑफ डीएनए मॉलिक्यूल. वी नो द डीएनए मॉलिक्यूल इज having the double helical structure. They wind or they coil on each other. One strand is the parental and another is new strand. So there is a proper coiling. And all those nitrogen bases are joined by the hydrogen bonds. So unwinding is that much difficult, or the winding is that much proper. So unwinding also needs some enzyme. So unwinding is of the DNA is very important in order to carry out the further replication. So enzyme DNA duplicate enzyme DNA helicase. तर हे लक्षात ठेवायचं, इथे कोणतं एन्झाईम आहे, DNA helicase. प्रत्येक स्टेपमध्ये जे जे एन्झाईम्स आहेत त्यांचे नावं तुम्हाला नीट लक्षात ठेवायची आहे. डीएनए हेलिकेज ऑपरेट बाय ब्रेकिंग द वीक हायड्रोजन बॉन्ड्स अँड डीएनए सेपरेट अँड अनवाइंड. आता प्रत्येक नायट्रोजन बेसिसमध्ये जे हायड्रोजन बॉन्ड्स आहेत, वीक हायड्रोजन बॉन्ड्स, ते डीएनए हेलिकेज या नावाच्या एन्झाईममुळे काय होतात, ब्रेक होतात. हे दोन बेस पेअरमध्ये जे हायड्रोजन बॉन्ड्स आहेत ते ब्रेक होतात. त्यामुळे काय होतो की डीएनए मॉलिक्यूल अनवाइंड होतो किंवा सेपरेट होतो. दिस अनवाइंडिंग बायलॅटरल अँड कॉन्स्टिट्यूट एज अ वाय शेप रेप्लिकेशन फोर्क. आता डीएनए अनवाइंडिंग झाल्यानंतर ओरिजिन पॉइंट आणि दिस इज अ अनवाइंडिंग ऑफ डीएनए. सो दिस इज अ लिनियर डीएनए और त्याला आपण म्हणतो रेप्लिकॉन. अँड दिस पॉइंट ऑफ ओरिजिन, हियर द अनवाइंडिंग इज स्टार्टेड and because of that a y shape fork, आता तुम्हाला दिसतो inverted y shape fork is formed. Y shape fork is formed and that is also called as a replication fork. त्याला म्हणायचं replication fork. So SSBP, single strand binding protein, separate the two strand so as the new polypeptide chain strand form. So इथे आणखीन एक प्रोटीन आहे ते मदत करतं. For what? To make this strand in the linear condition. So single stranded binding protein. So here whenever they unwinding is there, so nitrogen, here the hydrogen bonds break, and here SSBP single stranded binding protein, they help to make the स्टँड इन लिनियर कंडिशन. आता एखादी दोरी आपण गुंडाळून ठेवली आणि तिला सरळ जरी केलं तरी पण ती थोडी एकदम लिनियर किंवा एकदम स्ट्रेट होऊ नाही शकत. तर ती स्ट्रेट होण्यासाठी हे या आपल्याला काहीतरी प्रेशर अप्लाय करावं लागतं. तिथे सिंगल स्टँडर्ड बाइंडिंग प्रोटीन तेच काम करतं आणि त्यांना लिनियर कंडिशनमध्ये ठेवतं किंवा स्ट्रेट ठेवण्याचा प्रयत्न करतो स्टँडला. आणि कारण नवीन पॉलिपेप्टाइड चेन त्यामध्ये प्रॉपरली फॉर्म व्हाव्या, प्रॉपरली हायड्रोजन बॉन्ड फॉर्म व्हाव्या, कॉम्प्लिमेंटरी बेस पेअर बरोबर करेक्टली अटॅच व्हावा, यासाठी हे प्रोटीन फार मदत करतं. सो इन दिस वे unwinding of DNA strand molecule is a important step of the DNA replication. Four-point replicating fork. Y-shaped fork appear due to unwinding strands. The unwinding of the strand imposes strain, which is relieved by superhelix relaxing enzyme. So here, because of the unwinding, Y-shaped fork appear, and Y-shaped fork is nothing but the unwinding of the strand, and it imposes strain. ती DNA स्टँडला एक मजबूती देते आणि त्यामुळे तो अनवाइंडिंग पार्ट जो आहे तो रिलॅक्स फॉर्ममध्ये राहण्यासाठी मदत होते. त्यासाठी रिलॅक्सिंग एन्झाईम त्यांना मदत करते. हियर द रिलॅक्सिंग एन्झाईम इज हेल्पफुल टू परसिस्ट द स्टँड और टू मेक द स्टँड in unwinding condition, and this condition look like a fork, hence called as Y-shaped fork. Synthesis of new strand. Each separated strand act as a template for synthesis of new complementary strand. It starts from RNA primer at 3' end. You know, so for formation of new strand, the old parental strand is necessary. It started from 3' end. Complementary nucleotide on the template strand by forming a hydrogen bond. That is, adenine always pair with thymine and guanine always pair with cytosine. So complementary nucleotide now start forming. Complementary म्हणजे त्याला पूरक. adenine always pair with thymine आपल्याला माहिती आहे, आणि सायटोसिन किंवा सायटोसिन always pair with guanine किंवा guanine always pair with cytosine. Here adenine pair with thymine by means of double bond, and guanine pair with cytosine by means of triple bond. So on old strand, new complementary nucleotide now start forming, and in this way the complementary nucleotide binds with each other by means of the hydrogen bond. The new complementary strand is always formed in 5' 3' direction. Here remember that new strand formation always in 5' and 3' direction. Now 6th point is leading and lagging strand. The process of replication start from C3 and ends at C5. New strands are always formed in 5' 3' direction. One of the newly synthesized strand develop continuously towards the replicating fork called leading strand, and another new strand develop discontinuously away from the replicating fork is called lagging strand. Now whenever the replication start, new strand are always formed in 5' 3' direction. So one strand is a leading one and another strand is lagging one. So leading strand lead करतो म्हणून त्याला leading strand म्हणतात. Here and the newly form or new strand develop, but they are not continuous but they are discontinuous, which is away from the replicating fork. त्याला म्हणायचं lagging strand. Maturation of Okazaki fragment. Small lagging fragments are called Okazaki. The name Okazaki because of the name of scientist. They are joined by enzyme DNA ligase. The small fragment they join with the help of DNA ligase. The small fragments are called Okazaki. RNA primers are removed by DNA polymerase and replaced by DNA sequence with the help of DNA polymerase 1 in prokaryotes and DNA polymerase alpha in eukaryotes. So here in case of eukaryotes and prokaryotes, there are different enzymes for removing of the RNA polymerase. Finally, DNA gyrase enzyme forms double helix to form daughter DNA molecule. Here you remember the DNA gyrase enzyme is responsible for formation of double helix daughter DNA molecule. So in this point we understand that the Okazaki fragments are formed. They are small fragments. They are joined by the DNA ligase and the formation of new daughter DNA molecule. And here the this in case of eukaryotes and in case of prokaryotes, there are different enzymes. They show the activity for removing of RNA primers. Now next point is formation of daughter DNA molecule. At the end of replication, two daughter DNA molecule are formed. 50% contribution from mother DNA, that is semi-conservative replication of DNA. म्हणजे काय, न्यू डॉटर DNA molecule form होतो. So at the end of the replication, two daughter DNA molecules are formed, and here one strand is old and another strand is new. That is called as semi-conservative mode of replication. Hence it is called as 50% contribution by mother DNA. Means the new strand will form on the old strand because of the complementary base pairing we already studied. So in this way, one strand is new, another is old. That is called as semi-conservative replication of DNA. Means always in the DNA we find the old strand, one strand is old and another strand is new. So in this way, the DNA is a semi-conservative replication. Now look at the diagram here. This is the DNA which undergoes the replication. So this strand is started from 3' end and ended into 5' end. Now this strand started from 5' end and ended in 3' end. So here starting point 5', here 3'. Again you find this is what O origin, or the point of origin from which the replication occur. So here there is a formation of replicating fork. The replicating fork form झाला है. This is the lagging stand. And this is a leading stand in the direction of 5' to 3'. Leading stand which is a continuous. पहा ही continuous रेषा आहे म्हणून याला continuous stand. हा continuous आहे. This is a lagging stand. Lagging stand. कोणते दोन स्टँड आहे? Leading stand continuous 5' 3', while lagging stand discontinuous. So they are discontinuous. They form a small fragments. That is called Okazaki fragments. Those Okazaki fragments also join with each other. That is also called as a nick repair. ते एकमेकांना join होऊन मग नंतर continuous होतात. So here in this way, Okazaki fragment also called as a nick repair, and thereafter that form a continuous strand. So in this way, such type of Y-shaped fork will be formed during the DNA replication. Why it is called semi-conservative? Because so one strand is a parental one. This is the parental strand. Adenine pair with thymine, cytosine pair with guanine. So complementary base pairs are here. This strand is unwind and hence it is called template. This is a lagging template, this is a leading template. Now the complementary base pair formation here, RNA primer join here, you observe. So it goes away from the origin, it goes towards the origin, 5'3' direction towards the origin, and those are small Okazaki fragments. RNA primer join here, which is the starting point or initiator for the replication. Here it is newly formed strand, Okazaki fragment joins with each other, and proper pairing or complementary base pairing formation is here, adenine with thymine, cytosine with guanine, and this strand is called new strand. So in each DNA strand, one strand is parental and another is newly forming. That is called semi-conservative mode of replication. And this replication, due to this replication, so the DNA produces DNA itself, and that is called catalytic function of the DNA. Experimental confirmation by Besselsen and Stahl. Semi-conservative replication. In newly formed DNA molecule, one strand is old and another strand is newly synthesized. Thus, it is a semi-conservative mode of replication. It is experimentally proved by Matthew Besselsen and Franklin Stahl in 1958 by using equilibrium density gradient centrifugation technique. What is the name of technique? Equilibrium density gradient centrifugation technique. They use the E. coli bacteria, Escherichia coli bacteria, was cultured in the medium containing 14N light nitrogen by using CmCsCl2, that is 6M cesium chloride. So this experiment is related with the density gradient equilibrium, means which things are heavy and which things are light, and according to that they judge that this replication mode is semi-conservative or not. Then the same E. coli is transferred to 15N medium heavy isotopic nitrogen. So here the 15N medium is heavy isotopic. Allow it to replicate for several generations. Means in 15N medium, nitrogen medium, this replication is allowed. First generation, second generation, number of generation they replicate here, and they observe the bond and recorded the position of this bond. So the bond ची position कशी आहे त्यांनी record केली. So पहिल्यांदा 14N light medium मध्ये आणि नंतर heavy 15N medium मध्ये. After centrifugation with CmCsCl2, the heavy DNA molecule can be distinguished from normal. So हेवी आणि नॉर्मल मध्ये त्यांना मग फरक जाणवला सेंट्रिफ्युगेशन नंतर की कुठले डीएनए मॉलिक्यूल हेवी आणि कुठले लाइट वेट आहे. ॲट द इक्विलिब्रियम पॉइंट 15N DNA was banned. Thus in both the stand level is same. Means after recording this bond equilibrium gradient is same. म्हणजे कुठला याच्यातला लाइट नाही वेट आणि कुठला हेवी नाही आहे हे लक्षात आलं त्यांच्या. So in this way, this centrifugation technique by means of the density gradient, they tried to prove that replication of the DNA is semi-conservative. So now after that what? In second generation, now such E. coli cell transfer to the another medium containing now N14. आता N14 that is normal light nitrogen. हा nitrogen कसा आहे? Normal light आहे. After the first generation, the density gradient band of 14N and 15N was obtained. त्यांच्या असं लक्षात आलं की या जनरेशन मध्ये पहिल्या जनरेशन मध्ये जेव्हा त्यांनी 14N मध्ये मिक्स केलं तेव्हा की एक बँड जो आहे डीएनएचा तो 14N आहे आणि दुसरा 15N आहे. अँड द पोझिशन वॉज रेकॉर्डेड इन सेकंड जनरेशन. आणि अशा त्यांच्या सेकंड जनरेशनचा जेव्हा अभ्यास केला मीन्स दिस जनरेशन इज अलाउड टू ग्रो in 14 and 15, and after first generation they give the chance for the second generation. The experiment is proceed for the second generation. Two density gradient bonds were obtained, one 14n and another 15n position. तर एकाची पोझिशन ही 14n होती आणि एकाची 15 होती n होती. म्हणजे एक लाईट आहे आणि एक हेवी आहे. मीन्स लाईट हेवी हे बॅलन्स झाल्यामुळे त्याला इक्विलिब्रियम म्हटलं आहे. की पहिल्यांदा एक लाईट एक हेवी असल्यामुळे ते एका डेन्सिटी ग्रेडियंटमध्ये येत नव्हते, परंतु आता काय 14 आणि 15 सोबत कॉम्बिनेशन झाल्यामुळे ते सगळ्यांचं त्यांचं इक्विलिब्रियम मेंटेन झालं असं त्यांना आढळलं. इक्विलिब्रियम का मेंटेन झाला? कारण एक बॉन्ड जो आहे हेवी बॉन्ड आणि लाईट बॉन्ड हे एकत्र मिक्स झाले, म्हणजे त्यांचं सेमी कन्झर्वेटिव्ह रेप्लिकेशन झालेलं त्यांना दिसलं. The position of the bond clearly proved that DNA replication is semi-conservative because of the equilibrium gradient technique. That is, one strand is old and another strand is newly synthesized. Means one strand is a parental and another is newly formed. Already we studied in DNA replication technique. Thus, they prove that DNA replication is semi-conservative. Observe the diagram. Here, this is what 15N DNA strand. Those are nothing but the centrifusion technique method apparatus. They in first generation they observe that all the DNA bonds are here 15N and 14N mix here. Now in second generation we find that there are 14N DNA both strand. Now in second case there is a hybrid of 14N and 15N DNA. Here also hybrid of 14N and 15N DNA means semi-conservative. From this we can prove that, or they want to prove that the semi-conservative replication of DNA. Here 14N. So in this way, in second generation clearly indicate that the DNA replication is semi-conservative. You go through this diagram and observe the generation 1 and 2 properly, and also while diagram make a little shading in order to identify the 14N and 15N strand clearly. डायग्राम ड्रॉ करताना त्याला एका स्टँडला शेडिंग करा आणि एक वेगळा तसा साधा ठेवा, म्हणजे पॅरेंटल कोणता आहे किंवा 15Nचा कोणता आहे आणि 14Nचा कोणता आहे हे आपल्या आपण लक्षात येईल. थँक यू व्हेरी मच. दॅट्स ऑल फॉर द टुडे. हॅव अ नाईस डे.